Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Alpha Life here. We are moving on with our Caldera character and now finally we are going to be taking a nice, great, good look at the Kestrel, which is a ship I really like and really enjoy. I think it's one of the best Caldari frigates, absolutely and without any question, plus it's so pretty. So let's take a good look at the fitting that we will be using and what are we going to be using it for. Well, you might have already seen there in the name, we will be using it to run T0 Dark Abyssals. Of course, this will not be your first Abyssal runner, we will use a Coraxa Destroyer for the day 1 Abyssal runner, but a little bit later you might be able to get into this one. Why? Well, because it's going to be great and you're gonna make a little bit extra ISK just using this instead of the coercer. Of course, I would recommend you keep the coercer just in case anything happens to this one, but this will be absolutely great. I really enjoy it and I think it's the best. Now, let's move on to the feed and starting up with the high slots, we're gonna be using 4 rocket launcher 2s. That's why we need to very heavily skill into it. And we're going to be using Scourge Rockets, but we also have some extra ammunition in the cargo hold. We have some Mjolnirs and some Goristas Scourge Rockets or some Navy Scourge Rockets. Why? Well, for the enemies that are going to be a little bit harder to kill, especially the Mjolnir ammunition is going to be mainly for the Skybreaker room. So, what are we going to have other than this? In the mid slots, we're going to be having a 1MN Monopropellant during Afterburner, and because we will be running some T0 Dark Abyssals, we are going to be a little bit faster. So let's go take a good look at how well we can actually run things. Next, we're going to be using a Tech 2 Small Shield Booster, a Tech 2 Small Cap Battery to help us with that cap stability, a Tech 2 Small Shield Extender, and in the low slots we're only going to be using 2 Tech 2 Ballistics control systems. Now for the rig slots we're going to be using a small bay loading Accelerator 1, a small core defense field extender 1 and a small core defense capacitor safeguard 1. These are all going to allow us to maintain that cap stability because remember T0 Darks do not give us any more capacitor unlike T0 Electricals, so we should be good to go. First, let's take a quick look at the filament that we're actually going to be running. Well, this one will be dark matter particles, a bonus to maximum velocity and a penalty to turret range. So we most definitely don't want to use turrets and the enemies will have to be a little bit closer to apply their damage, but we get that bonus to maximum velocity, which should be really nice. So let's go out there and see where we can actually use this abyss because we are in a 1.0 system in Luminaire, which means that we are not going to be able to run our abyssals here. Of course, remember, as usual, if you're running abyssals in a frigate or in a destroyer, right click on your ship, pilot, form fleet with. Of course, I have already formed a fleet with myself, and I'm gonna move the chat because, well, this Caldari NPC Corp is really spammy and it just annoys me. It just annoys me a little bit. So yeah, let's move on to the next system. Well, not this one because that's 0.9. What we want is a 0.80 or lower so that we can actually use our T0 Abyssal filaments. Now, this is thanks to some changes that were made, I believe, about a year ago, but I wasn't playing at the time, so it's taken me a little bit to get used to, and I do need to remove these locations for abyssal runnings in these systems because we cannot exactly run these abyssal sites. So let's go over here to Pertnik and we shall test how good is this fit because, well, we don't exactly get amazing range. With the rocket launchers we get about 11 kilometers, which should be enough according to me, but we're going to definitely figure that out in a second. So now that we are here, let's activate our abyssal filament and do a quick run. Of course, as usual, I'm gonna try to get us a Skybreaker Disparu troop room, But of course, I cannot guarantee you that I will have one. I only had 30 filaments for 10 runs, and let's see if we can actually get our Skybreaker room in those 10 runs. So, we're going to start off by just approaching the loot cache. Well, there's a big rock in between us and the loot cache. So, let's start that Afterburner, and we are in a tachyon cloud. So, it's a good thing that we didn't have a micro warp drive. And let's also start up that shield repairing because, well, thankfully we are absolutely cap stable with this one. I'm gonna start shooting at the drones with the rockets. Yeah, we do get 11 kilometers. I'm going to switch real quick for the biocombinated cache and now switch back to the drone, and we shouldn't really have any problems. I'm going to orbit the transfer conduit just so that we can keep on moving. As you can see, if we ever do stop, we're going to take a lot more damage than we should and that I would like. So let's keep that ship moving as fast as possible. And as you can see, thanks to the dark abyssal side, we have around 1300 meters a second of speed, which is absolutely great. Now these drones are being a little bit hard to manage, but well, we can absolutely do it. So yeah, the second to last goes down. Let's take this one down. And of course, drones are one of the easier rooms in the Abyss, so we shouldn't really have any problems. I'm gonna reload before going into the next room. And let's go! So we are getting some more drones. Let's see if these ones hurt us a little bit more or if they don't. So as you can see, so far we haven't had any issues at all. Of course, we've only gotten some rogue drones. So let's see if we get something a little, no, more rogue drones. So apparently this is going to be entirely rogue drones for now, for this run, but well, it is what it is, you know, the Abyss sometimes runs the way it wants to. So let's start applying that damage. I locked the wrong one. And yeah, so far with rogue drones we are not having any problems. Of course, I'm gonna do a few more runs just to see how well this fit does with the rest of the rooms. And of course, I will let you all know how well we do. Oh, unfortunately, we got a cloud penalty to shield booster, so we are going to want to be careful with that one. I'm gonna orbit the gate once again. And well, I don't like using the shield booster while we are on the red cloud because it basically means that we get less shield HP, but the rate at which it operates is doubled. So, well, that's not the best, and it's going to waste our capacitor because in that cloud we will no longer be cap stable. So yeah, I'm gonna run a few more sites, see how well we do, and record a few of them, and I will see you guys over there. So we have gotten an Ephialtes Lancer room. These guys are really fast, so let's see how well we can deal with it with our short-range rocket launchers. Of course, I say short range, they are 11 kilometers. I do recommend you do not try this unless you get the 11 kilometers in the max flight range, so that, well, you can guarantee that you will run it at least as well as I do. So let's see how well we can actually deal with this guy. So as you saw, we had absolutely no problem with the Ephialtes Lancer room, so let's move on and hunt for those more complicated rooms. I'll see you there. So, we have it as Skybreaker, this power troop. So let's see how well we do against this enemy. He has seen us, he's gonna move on to us, and well, hopefully we are going to be able to take him down before he takes us down. I didn't change the ammunition, Mjolnir. Come on, come on. Reload that Mjolnir. Come on. And let's go. I'm gonna actually orbit him at 5k. Oof, he's hitting big. Hopefully our EM ammunition is going to do well. And hopefully our orbit is going to keep us at a high transversal velocity, because even though he's using sort of a turret, sort of a gun, it applies damage similarly to missiles, so let's hope we can take him down before he takes us down. I'm going to start overheating just because I see our shields getting a little bit lower and his are not exactly moving, so let's see how we can do. Oof, he's doing some big damage, some big hits. With a little bit of overheat, we are almost over his shield, and of course, as soon as his shield goes down, he shouldn't be that difficult to take down, but our reload is coming in, and that's going to be a little bit problematic. So let's see if we can take him down. Hopefully we can. And there it goes, our reload. Come on, come on. I'm gonna overheat the shield a little bit because we went really down. Come on, get done with that reload as fast as possible. Okay, reapplying the damage, finishing that overheat. Let's see how well we do. This is going to be very, very exciting for abyssal running. Oh, wow. Come on, come on, come on. As soon as his shields are down, I'm going to overheat a bit more. Come on, go down. Come on, come on. Okay. Why am I not applying damage? I am definitely within range, and no, our reload is coming. Okay, just a little bit more hit. I'm going to overheat the shield booster a little bit, and this is definitely an intense fight. Let's get back on the damage right there. Oof, he got almost half his shields back. And the thing is that he does electromagnetic and kinetic damage, and we do have some good kinetic resistance, but really terrible electromagnetic resistance. And he's the first room in this run, and he's already taken about 5 minutes. I'm gonna turn off the heat on the shield booster. Come on, go down, go down. Well, on this reload we should be able to take him down, and I do recommend you carry at least 1500 Mjolnir rockets just at all times, just to be sure that you're actually going to be able to survive this room. Am I not reaching? Yeah, I'm reaching. Okay. Sometimes I am not applying damage and I am not sure why. Okay, so he is going down, he's going down. Come on, I cannot hit anymore. Well, I could a little bit, just a little bit. Come on, go down, go down. Come on, go down. You know you want to. There he goes. So that's it. That's the Skybreaker room. Finished. I'm gonna go to my Scourge Rocket ammunition. Oof, that was a very intense fight, and if we get another one, I don't think we are going to be able to kill it. But well, so far we have been able to. It is definitely a very tough fight, and if you can, I do recommend you use a little bit more expensive ammunition, maybe use Tech 2 ammunition, considering that, well, we are using the Tech 2 rocket launcher. I should probably, well, you should definitely go for the Tech 2 Mjolnir ammunition to take him down. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely for the best because we took way too much hit damage, 65% on the rockets, and with the Tech 2 Mjolnir ammunition, we wouldn't have taken quite as much. Okay, let's wait for it to load because we have just jumped rooms. Come on, a Lucifer Echo, we shouldn't really have any problems with him. So let's see. Mjolnir Rage, this is the one. So it goes all the way up the damage to 170. Let's see what did we get with the normal Mjolnir. 109 to 170. So I think it's definitely worth a little bit the investment. Let's see if we get some Mjolnir Rage 13 million. Let's get it up to 3,000. That was 300. Okay. So 3,000. It's not really that expensive apparently. Didn't even go up a million. So yeah, definitely do recommend you use the Tech 2 Mjolnir Rage ammunition. Of course, I forgot to show you, you will have a lower flight, less flight range for the rockets, for the Mjolnir Rage, because all Rage rockets and missiles have lesser range, and the Javelin have higher range. So let's try the Mjolnir Javelin. 98. So these aren't great, but they shoot out to 16 kilometers. So that's really, really nice. So we are going. Well, I would recommend you use the Mjolnir Rage and stay within. Well, I was orbiting him at. Oh, striking Damavik. I was orbiting him at 5,000 kilometers, and he was shooting us out around 8,000 kilometers. So maybe orbit at 2,500 or at 3,000 if you want to, so that it can be a little bit easier. Yeah, to stay within the range. So yeah, definitely go for the Tech 2 EM rockets instead of the Tech 1s. I'm going to go to the markets and make that little bit of a change. But yeah, this, as you can see, is a great fit. Also, I do recommend you go to the thermodynamics skill. This one, get it as high as you can. I have it at level 4 apparently. Yes, definitely do train your thermodynamic skill. You're definitely going to need it. It's just a great skill. And of course, I'm going to be doing a destroyer beginner abyssal runner so that, well, you can use that time while you're training up into this fit so that you can run these abyssals with a destroyer. That's going to make things a lot easier. A lot easier. Things won't be as complicated. I don't think you ever have to overheat anything with that one. It's just your general Corax fit for abyssal running, and well, of course, with this one you're gonna go through a lot of rockets. I think we started under 3,000 rockets, just a little bit under, and we're almost 1,000 rockets in 3 runs, 4 runs, something like that. We have definitely made it worth it. We have 4,600, 4 million, 4.5 million worth of loot, which has been really great. And of course, this run has been the toughest one with the Skybreaker, but as you can see, the Triglavians were not a problem. Well, the Triglavian frigate was definitely not an issue. We are almost out. And the main problem was the Skybreaker taking us around 5 minutes, and the rest was really, really easy. So, yeah, that will be all for today's video, guys. Thank you all so very much for watching. Of course, remember, if you want to continue watching the series, I recommend you do subscribe. Consider giving me a like if you find it in your heart. Please do let me know if there are any feats, any ships you would like me to try at all. I am absolutely willing as long as it's within the budget of the series. And yeah, thank you all so very much for watching. This has been the Alpha Life, and I will see you all in the next one.